You think your dog understands your words, that when you say good boy, they know exactly what you mean. But that's not what's really happening. Because every single day, your dog is reading something much deeper, something hidden inside your tone, your breathing, the tension in your shoulders, the tiny pauses between your words. And most owners never notice it. They repeat commands louder, talk more, try harder to explain, while their dog is already reacting to a completely different message. And over time, that silent misunderstanding grows. It becomes confusion, stress, distance. Those moments where you look at your dog and think, why aren't you listening to me anymore? But science is beginning to reveal something fascinating. Dogs were never built to understand language the way humans do. They understand patterns. They study emotion, energy, micro-expressions, subtle shifts in movement and voice that happen before we even realize it ourselves. In other words, your dog is not just hearing your words. They're reading who you are in that exact moment. And once you understand this, the relationship changes completely. Because suddenly, the way you walk into a room, the way you react under stress, even the silence between commands, starts shaping how safe your dog feels around you. And if you've ever had a moment where your dog seemed to understand your emotions better than people do, comment below with, "My dog knows," because what we're about to talk about may explain why. Also, if you love learning the hidden science behind dog behavior, make sure to subscribe, because some of these discoveries are changing the way owners connect with their dogs forever. So, in this video, we're going to break down 5 powerful ways dogs actually understand humans through behavior science, real observation, and the hidden signals most people completely miss. And number 5 might explain something your dog has been trying to tell you every single day. Number 1. Your tone, not your words. You say, "Come here." Sometimes your dog runs to you instantly. Other times, they hesitate or ignore you completely. So you repeat it louder, or firmer, thinking they're being stubborn. But here's the truth. Your dog is not responding to the word. They're responding to the feeling behind it. Because in canine psychology, tone carries more meaning than language ever could. Dogs evolved to survive by reading emotional signals, not vocabulary. They don't process sentences the way humans do. Instead, they break your voice into patterns, pitch, rhythm, tension, and most importantly, emotional energy. That means you can say "good boy" with a tight jaw and stressed tone, and your dog will feel uncertainty. Or you can say something completely meaningless in a calm, steady voice, and your dog will relax instantly. Think about what that means. Your voice is not just communication. It's information about safety. Research into animal behavior shows that dogs associate soft, consistent tones with calm environments, while sharp or unpredictable tones trigger alertness, even if the words themselves are positive. So when your dog doesn't listen, it's often not defiance. It's confusion. They're trying to decode mixed signals. What to do? Slow down your speech. Lower your tone slightly. Keep it steady. Not exaggerated. Not emotional. Just calm. Because the moment your tone becomes predictable, your dog stops guessing and starts trusting. And that's when real communication begins. Number 2. Your body is louder than your voice. Have you ever noticed? Your dog reacts to you. Before you say anything, you reach for your keys. They stand up. You shift your posture slightly. They start watching you closely. And somehow, they already know what you're about to do. Most people think this is intelligence, like the dog is guessing. But it's not guessing. It's reading. Because long before dogs lived with humans, they survived by interpreting movement, tiny shifts in posture, muscle tension, direction of gaze. These signals meant one thing: safety or danger. And that instinct never disappeared. It just adapted to you. So now, your dog is constantly scanning your body, not in a dramatic way, but quietly, automatically. They notice how fast you move, how stiff your shoulders are, where your feet are pointing, even how you breathe. And all of that information, it builds a picture of what's about to happen. Think about what that means. You can say, "It's okay," but if your body is tense, your dog will not believe you, because to them, the body is truth, and the voice is secondary. This is why mixed signals create stress. Your words say one thing, your body says another, and your dog gets stuck in between. What to do? Slow your movements. Keep your posture relaxed to avoid sudden changes, especially in moments of transition, because when your body becomes predictable, your dog stops scanning for danger and starts settling into trust. And that's when they finally feel safe around you. Number 3, your routines become their map. Your dog knows when you're about to leave, before you even touch the door, before the keys, before the shoes, sometimes before you even decide, and it feels almost strange, like they're one step ahead of you. Most people call this intelligence, but it's something more specific. It's pattern recognition, because dogs don't experience time the way humans do. They don't think in schedules or plans. They think in sequences, small repeated actions that always lead to the same outcome. You pick up your phone, then you stand up, then you walk toward the door. And over time, your dog links these moments together into a predictable chain. This happens again and again until it becomes a map that tells them what is about to happen next, and more importantly, how they should feel about it. This is where things get powerful, because if that pattern always ends with you leaving, their body starts reacting early. Stress begins before the door even closes. Research into canine behavior shows dogs build anticipatory responses based on repeated environmental cues, not the event itself, but the pattern leading to it. So when your dog becomes restless before you leave, it's not random, it's learned prediction. What to do. Become aware of your sequences. Change small steps. Break the pattern occasionally. Sit back down after picking up your keys. Pause in the middle of your routine, because when the pattern becomes less rigid, your dog stops bracing for the outcome and starts staying present. And that's where calm begins. Number 4, your emotions become their emotions. You've seen it before. On the days you feel calm, your dog settles easier. They rest. They move slower. They seem at peace. But on the days you're stressed, rushing, tense, mentally somewhere else, your dog changes. They follow you more. They become restless, sometimes even anxious, and it feels like coincidence. But it's not, because your dog is not just observing your emotions. They are syncing with them. This is something researchers call emotional mirroring, a biological connection where your internal state directly influences theirs. Studies have shown that dogs can align their stress levels with their owners through changes in cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress, which means when your body is in a constant state of pressure, your dog's system begins to reflect that same tension, even if nothing bad is happening. Think about what that means. Your dog doesn't need to understand your problems. They feel the result of them. Your breathing, your movement, your energy, it all becomes part of their environment. And over time, you become their emotional reference point, their signal of whether the world is safe or uncertain. What to do? Slow yourself down, even slightly. Relax your breathing. Soften your movements. Create moments of stillness, especially when your dog is near you, because when your nervous system settles, theirs follows. And that's when your presence stops being a source of tension and becomes something much more powerful, a place of calm, a place of safety. Number 5. Your attention defines their world. Your dog watches you, not just when you call them, not just when you play, but constantly, quietly, waiting for something most people don't even notice. Your attention. Many owners believe their dog is too clingy, always following, always looking, always wanting to be near. But that's not neediness. That's orientation. Because in your dog's world, you are not just a person. You are the center of safety, the reference point that tells them where they belong and whether everything is okay. This is rooted in something called the attachment system, a biological drive that bonds dogs to their caregivers, similar to how children attach to parents. And here's the part most people misunderstand. It's not just about how much attention you give. It's about how consistent it is. Because when attention is random, present one moment, absent the next, your dog becomes uncertain. They start checking more, following more, seeking reassurance. Not because they're demanding, but because the signal is unstable. Think about what that means. Your dog isn't chasing you. They're trying to locate safety, and your attention is the signal they use to find it. What to do? Be intentional. When you give attention, be fully present, even if it's brief. A calm look, a gentle touch, a moment of connection. Then release it clearly. Don't blur the signal, because when your attention becomes predictable, your dog stops searching for it and starts resting in it. And that's when something shifts. They no longer follow you out of uncertainty. They stay close, out of trust. So here's the truth. Your dog doesn't understand your language. Not in the way you've been taught to believe. They don't follow your words. They follow your patterns. To your tone, your body, your routines, your emotions, your attention. All of it, woven together into a constant stream of signals that tells them one thing: am I safe, or do I need to stay alert? And once you begin to see that, everything shifts, because communication stops being about control and starts becoming about awareness. You stop repeating commands and start observing what you're actually projecting. You stop asking, why is my dog not listening? And start asking, what am I really telling them right now? And here's the part that matters most. You were never trying to confuse your dog. You were trying to love them, to comfort them, to guide them. And that intention, it's already enough. This is not about being perfect. It's about being clear. Because the moment your signals become consistent, your dog no longer has to guess. They no longer have to scan every movement or brace for uncertainty. They begin to settle, not because they were trained to, but because they finally understand. And when that happens, something quiet but powerful appears. Trust, the kind that doesn't need commands, the kind that feels stable, predictable, safe. So now I want to ask you, which of these changed the way you see your dog? And what is your dog's name? Tell me in the comments below. I read every single one, and it helps me create guides that actually fit real life. And if this gave you a new way to understand your dog, make sure to subscribe. Because once you learn to see the world the way they do, you don't just train your dog better, you build something deeper, something they've been trying to show you all along.